Happy lunch hour, guys. All right, it's Friday, and of course, everything's sneaking out here toward us. We'll see what else we get. So, I got a question. Where do y'all propose we put the 51st, and the 52nd, and the 53rd, and the 54th state? Okay. This kind of ties in with this morning's video, where I was talking about undercounting the population. So, Border Patrol put out, or Department of Homeland Security's, I guess, put out the numbers so far of illegals that the Biden administration has released into the United States. Now, I want to qualify this real quick. These are the ones that they caught and still let in with whatever economic asylum, political asylum, LGBTQ asylum, whatever the hell, you know, gee, I don't like speaking Spanish, but no, never mind, that's not possible. Gee, I want greenbacks asylum. Okay. The ones they've caught. Now, mind you, even DHS says about 40% of the ones that come across the board they don't catch. But I want to give you this. Today is April, or May 20th. Okay. These numbers are as of the end of April. That's what the numbers have come out. So I want you to figure where we are today. As of the end of April, since the beginning of Joe's presidency, DHS has now released 954,000 illegals into the United States. Okay, do the math. We're over 1 million, guys. All right. I want to give you an idea of what we're talking about here. We have released twice as many people into the United States in a little over a year into Joe's presidency. That is more than twice the size of Miami. Okay? You think that's bad. This is where I say, where it's the 51st, what's the 52nd, what's the 53rd. We have released more illegals into the United States in Joe's presidency so far than the entire population of South Dakota, or of North Dakota, or of Alaska, or of Vermont, or of Wyoming. Okay? Yeah. Let's start adding some states. How are we going to count these people for the census? Going back to this morning's video here. Where are they all being shipped to? Well, they're being shipped all over the country. Sure. A lot of people talk about the fact that, oh, they're expecting these people to be Democrat voters. No, not necessarily. But if they're shipping them to blue states, this is how they get counted in the census. And now those states, even if they're overcounted, get even more representation in Congress, in the House of Representatives, and get more electoral votes. I mean, remember Obama moving all the Somalis to Minnesota. Minnesota's picking up seats in Congress, picking up electoral votes. All right. All these people get counted. Remember what Trump wanted to do, and it got nixed by the Democrats. Only U.S. citizens got counted in the Senate, in the census. And the Democrats screamed bloody murder over it. No, we've got to count all the illegals too. Yada, yada, yada. Why? No, they shouldn't. Okay. I'm sorry. The only people that should be counted in the U.S. U.S. Census, in my opinion, are legal residents of the United States. Okay. Ones that are allowed to vote. That is it. Okay. The illegals don't need legal representation by our government. The illegals need legal representation in their deportment hearings so we can get them the hell out. Okay, that's the only place they should have any sort of representation. And at that point, it should be a lawyer saying, Yep, I represent these people and I'll help you get them the hell out of here. Okay? Because they are illegal. I'm sorry, when your very first activity on the soil of the United States is to commit a crime, you don't have a whole lot of standing in my mind. Okay? The first step you take on American soil is criminal. Sorry, you're done. Out. Goodbye. All right? Well, this is where it gets even more. All right? Tom McClintock, who's a congressman from California, believe it or not, he's actually a Republican. Okay? There are a couple of Republican congressmen in California. You just never hear from them. Okay? Talked about repealing of Title 42. Now, you guys know what that is. That was the coronavirus halt to processing border crossers. That, of course, Biden wants to repeal, and they're pushing for that one hard. McClintock has come out with the report that DHS has said 18,000 border crossers and illegal aliens would be released every day if Title 42 is repealed. I mean, guys, there's a line of people there. I mean, masses of people waiting on the border for Title 42 to go so they can just flood it. All right. McClintock did the math. Okay. At 18,000 people a day, that's admitting as many people as the population of the state of Alaska every 40 days. How does this affect you? All those new houses, that 500,000 houses that Biden wants to build that I talked about the other day, do you think those are planned on helping U.S. citizens? Hell no. Those are planned on housing illegals, guaranteed. Okay. Oh, food stamps. Gee, where's the majority of that money going to go? It's not like these people have skills that are going to give them high-paying jobs and they're going to be productive members of society. Hey, you want to pick strawberries? Great, no problem. Can you live on that? No. Oh, here, let us give you a house, let us give you a car, let us give you food stamps, let us give you a phone, and oh, by the way, here's your government check as well. Let us help you make ends meet in the United States. Oh, I don't need to make ends meet in the United States. I'm sending 2/3 of it back to Mexico. So let me boost the Mexican economy or the El Salvadoran economy or whatever economy. Okay. Because it ain't staying here. I've told you guys that before too. The number one industry in Mexico is oil. The number two industry for GDP in Mexico is dollars sent by illegals into Mexico. Right. Yeah. You can't count the drug trade because that's not official. All right. Because that would easily be number one, guaranteed. But this is what's going on, guys. All right. This is how Biden is allowing our country to be taken over. And like putting the two videos, this morning's video and this one together, how are these people going to be counted? Where are they? What if he starts flooding the blue states? The blue states all of a sudden have a lot more electoral votes. They have a lot more representation in Congress, and all of a sudden we are controlled by a commie sympathizer that is. I mean, imagine this. Let's get a dozen more AOCs or Ilhan Omars in Congress, because that's what this is coming to. All right. Now, I'm crossing my fingers that most Hispanics are Catholic. Most Hispanics are very religious, very anti-abortion, et cetera, et cetera. And they're fleeing shithole countries. Let's hope they don't want to turn this one into another shithole country any further than the Democrats have already done. Let's see what happens. But guys, this is Joe's legacy. 1 million people in the first 15 months. Pinball out.